Imagine this. A teenager from 1995 wakes up in your room. You hand them your phone. 5 minutes later, they're amazed. They've watched strangers dance, argue, fall in love, become millionaires, get canceled, travel the world, learn magic tricks, start businesses, and somehow, all of it happened before breakfast. Then they ask you a question. With access to all this knowledge, people today must be unbelievably intelligent, right? It's a fair question. After all, humanity has never had more information. The average person now carries more knowledge in their pocket than entire libraries once contained. So why do so many people feel more distracted, more overwhelmed, and less focused than ever? Here's the strange answer. The biggest cost of social media isn't the time it takes from you. It's what it trains your brain to become. And unlike most dangers, this one doesn't arrive all at once. It arrives in stages, 4 of them. Most people notice the first, few notice the last, and by the time they do, the damage has already shaped how they think. As we go through them, keep score. Every time a stage sounds like you, give yourself 1 point. Because the final stage isn't about attention, it's about something much deeper. Your ability to think for yourself. Stage 1, the attention hijack. Most people think social media addiction starts when you begin scrolling. It doesn't. It starts when you stop deciding what deserves your attention. Think about how your day begins before you've even fully opened your eyes. Messages are waiting, notifications, emails, videos, headlines, recommendations. Somewhere, thousands of engineers are competing for one thing. And they're very good at their jobs because attention is the most valuable resource in the digital world. Not money, not data, attention. Whoever controls that controls everything else. At first, it feels harmless. You check one notification, then another, and gradually your brain learns a habit. Instead of choosing where attention goes, it waits to be told. A vibration, a sound, a red dot. Something else starts making the decision, and that's where the real shift begins. Your attention becomes reactive instead of intentional. The problem is that deep thinking requires uninterrupted attention. You can't solve difficult problems while constantly switching tasks. You can't learn effectively while your mind jumps every few seconds. But attention isn't the only thing disappearing. Something else disappears too. Boredom. 100 years ago, boredom was unavoidable. People sat quietly, waited, looked out windows, got lost in thought. Today, boredom survives for about 3 seconds. Then the phone appears, and that's unfortunate because boredom isn't useless. It's where reflection happens. It's where creativity begins. It's where your brain connects ideas. In one famous experiment, some participants preferred giving themselves mild electric shocks rather than sitting alone with their thoughts. Think about that. Some people found silence more uncomfortable than pain, and social media eliminates silence. Every empty moment gets filled. No wandering, no reflection, no space, just constant input. Quick score. Could you sit alone for 10 minutes with no phone, no music, and no distractions? If that sounds difficult, give yourself 1 point. Because now we move to the stage where many people first notice something has changed. Stage 2, the dopamine treadmill. Have you ever noticed how someone can watch short videos for 2 hours, but struggle to read 10 pages of a book? That's not because books became worse. It's because the brain adapts. Imagine a student trying to study. He opens his textbook, reads a page, checks his phone, back to the book. 30 seconds later, another check, not because he's lazy, because his brain has been trained to expect rewards faster than the textbook can provide them. Every swipe contains uncertainty. Maybe the next video is funny, maybe shocking, maybe inspiring, maybe completely useless. Your brain never knows, and that's exactly why I keep scrolling. The reward isn't just the content, it's the anticipation. The possibility that something better might be one swipe away. Casinos understand this, social media understands it too. Over time, normal experiences begin feeling slower. Reading feels slower, learning feels slower, conversations feel slower, not because they've changed, because your reward system has. Imagine giving someone fireworks every 10 seconds. Eventually, a candle looks boring. That's what constant stimulation does. And the consequences go far beyond entertainment, because most valuable things in life require delayed rewards. Learning a skill, building a career, getting fit, starting a business, strengthening relationships, none of them reward you every few seconds. They require patience, consistency, effort, but a brain trained by endless novelty begins craving immediate stimulation instead. Quick score. Have you ever opened a video, looked at the length, and immediately searched for a shorter version? If yes, add a point, because the next stage affects something even more important than attention, your perception of reality. Stage 3, the invisible cage. Here's something strange. 2 people can open the same app on the same day and leave believing they live in completely different worlds. Why? Because social media doesn't show reality. It shows a personalized version of reality. Algorithms learn what you like, what you believe, what keeps you watching. Then they give you more of it, and more, and more. At first, that feels convenient, relevant content, personalized recommendations, a feed designed specifically for you. But hidden inside that convenience is a trap. Your feed slowly becomes a mirror, and mirrors don't challenge you, they reflect you. The result? Ideas you already agree with become more familiar. Opinions you already hold become stronger. Assumptions rarely get tested. Everything feels increasingly obvious, increasingly certain, increasingly correct. But intelligent thinking requires friction. It requires disagreement, it requires uncertainty, it requires exposure to ideas you don't like. And that's becoming harder in a world where algorithms optimize for engagement rather than truth. Popularity starts looking like evidence. Confidence starts looking like expertise. Certainty starts looking like intelligence, even when it's wrong. Quick score. When was the last time an idea genuinely changed your mind? Not a preference, not a favorite movie. Something important. If you can't remember, add a point, because now we arrive at the final stage. The stage everything else has been building toward. Stage 4, the loss of mental ownership. This is where attention, boredom, dopamine, and algorithms finally connect. Imagine asking a difficult question. Before you've even thought about it, someone gives you an answer. Then another. Then a summary, then a reaction, then a clip, then a thread, then an opinion. Eventually something strange happens. You never actually think about the question yourself. You consume conclusions and call it thinking. This is the hidden danger of the information age. Not ignorance, dependence. For most of history, the problem was lack of information. Today, the problem is lack of reflection. People know more facts than ever before, yet spend less time wrestling with ideas, and thinking is like strength. You cannot outsource the exercise and keep the benefit. Someone else can lift weights for you. Your muscles won't grow. Someone else can think for you, your mind won't grow either. And that's what makes this stage so dangerous. It feels productive, it feels efficient, it even feels smart. But slowly, almost invisibly, you stop asking, "What do I think?" and start asking, "What is everyone else saying?" Quick score. Do you regularly rely on summaries, clips, reactions, or opinions, instead of exploring ideas for yourself? If yes, add your final point, 0 to 1 points. Your attention is still largely under your control. 2 points. The system has influence, but not ownership. 3 points. Many of your habits are being shaped by forces you didn't consciously choose. 4 points. You may be spending more time consuming thought than producing it, but here's the good news. None of this is permanent. Your brain built these habits, which means your brain can rebuild them. Attention can recover. Patience can return. Focus can strengthen. Independent thought can grow. Start small. Read something long. Finish it. Sit with boredom. Don't escape it. Think before searching. Reflect before reacting. Question before sharing. Because the future battle for intelligence won't be fought over information. There is already too much information. The real battle will be fought over attention. Who controls it? Who protects it? And who gives it away? The people who win that battle won't necessarily be the smartest. They'll be the ones who can still think clearly in a world designed to prevent it. And that may become one of the most valuable skills of the 21st century. Until next time, protect your attention. Because your future is built from whatever receives it.